Hello. So I just watched back the video I just shot, and I'm pretty hard on myself. I've what I've realised is I can be quite positive. I am quite positive. I mean, that's the reason it exists in the first place, is because I go out there and think I'm going to create a whole self-sufficient lifestyle within the space of 6 months. So I am an optimist. I'm also a really, really horrible critic. So my veg patch basically came into existence November or October 2021 by putting a little patch here, literally, of garlic. And it kind of grew from there, really. I started off with the garlic with Charles Dowding's free. He did the free garlic course, so I started off with that. And it's gone from there. I finally gave in the other day and bought some piping because I didn't really want to spend money on them. I wanted to I like trying to scavenge everything, but I just gave in. I just wanted something to stop the fox from digging huge holes in my veg patch because it was annoying me. And she's lovely, but she's a pain in the bottom. And my plan for year one was to keep it really, really simple and to not get carried away and to just grow a few things. And that's why I started with that little tiny bit of bed, and that I was just gonna take it easy. And from what I read, I needed to, let the soil, obviously we're on quite heavy clay here, and I put all the compost on top, and probably too much compost. Like, those beds they have like that much mushroom compost, and I think I read it was 6 inches. You should start with 6 inches of compost, but to me it feels like the ground maybe wasn't enough in the soil. I went from saying I wasn't going to do much, and then loads of people gave me things, but they were all a bit late, so I got things that probably should have gone in sooner. I grew my beans. Just didn't seem to crop. I think I probably didn't water them enough. So it's kind of been an interesting year because it looked beautiful. I was really happy out here, and I was so busy doing, building the whole thing and doing it all, and carrying topsoil. We dug a load of topsoil out from the further down in the garden, and I carried loads of that up here, put that down, put cardboard on top, put the beds in, put temporary beds in, and then put the more permanent ones in, put the cardboard down, put the compost down, did it all, got really carried away, got too many free things given to me, had too many beds, and actually hardly any crops, really. I got a bit of broccoli, but they were kind of the sprouting broccoli types, not purple, but like I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember anything, so I'm useless, don't follow me. The broccoli that's sprouting type broccoli. Just didn't really get that many meals out of it. You couldn't subsist on it, that's for sure. And then what else did I have? Oh, the garlic was great, although they were quite small as well, because I used all the smallest bits of garlic left over from Al is the cook in the family, and I used all his bits of leftover. We had a load of Riverford garlic, and I used the tiniest ones that he hadn't bothered peeling and using. So I think they did really well, considering they were the tiniest bits of scrap garlic, and I had no expectations on them at all. But I always say that I'm like the sort of person that's like, I've got no expectations. It's really, let's just see how it goes. And then, scroll forward however many weeks, and I'm disappointed. So that happened a lot. I just kept going, oh well, just chuck it in, it'll be fine, and then was disappointed. I put in 2 squash plants. None of the squashes ever got big enough. We're never going to ripen. My courgettes did okay, but not, you're not to the point where we were like, my God, we've got too many courgettes, which is what's supposed to happen with courgettes. Everything got eaten, loads of slug damage. The turnips got eaten. I got loads of stuff dug up by the fox, so things I've had to sort of put back in the ground again. Now I've got no idea what anything is. I'm slowly identifying it. I've got a couple of parsnips, I think, and I've got some mooli, daikon, whatever you want to call it, and some turnips, but I think maybe I should pull them out because I think it's going to be too cold. I don't know. I've got beetroot coming out of my ears. I can't really eat beetroot though because I've got braces, and I'm scared that will turn the elastics bright red. Thankfully, a few of them are the kind of orange ones, and the paler ones. So I've eaten some of those, and it's been fine. We don't really, and we've got kale. Not kale. We've got chard. None of us really like chard that much. What else have we got out there? Do you know what? I'm being so harsh. I had great lettuce. We had too many lettuce. The lettuce were absolutely brilliant. All the strawberries died. The raspberries didn't do very much. I think Al cut them back, and you're not supposed to. It was he cut them back at the wrong time of year. I think they were summer fruiting, not autumn fruiting, and he didn't know which ones he bought. We're both very like that with our gardening, so hopefully this will help me a little bit because I can pay a bit more attention to what I'm doing and not be such a space cadet. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally like, yeah, that should be okay, and then I'll be like, oh, it's rubbish, you did a terrible job. But I was a bit sad about my beans because they really, I mean, we literally had we probably managed about 10 beans in total off the whole thing, if that. So yeah, everything went in a bit late. Oh, I had some spring onions. They did okay. We've got some leeks still growing. Hopefully they'll be all right. There's some kohlrabi in there. I think that one is bolted. I'm leaving them in though because I just want roots in the ground and I want to try and get the soil health up. Finally, I think, got on top of the caterpillars. I just kept coming out every day and picking them all off. That's the mooly daikon, whatever you like to call it. And there's a load of leeks. There's the big hole that Dumpling the fox dug. It looks like she's trying to build a new house or something. She's obsessed with that corner. More leeks. There's some green beans. There's some pea shoots in there. Just anything. I was just chucking anything in to try and improve the soil quality. There's loads more mustard and pak choi. I think there's some more mooly in there as well. Everything just got so messed up because the way the fox messed about with it all. There's artichoke that didn't really do anything, bless it. It looked very unhappy all summer long, and I think it got mildew on it or something. It just wasn't very happy, and then it got a bit eaten, but it seems to be growing back, so hopefully it'll be okay next year. And here's my large crop of beetroot, which seems to be my main success. So yeah, that's the current state of the plot. There's some garlic growing. It's already coming up really quickly. That's the Riverford garlic. I put some of that in to pull it up as green garlic early. That's where she's been digging up again. I put that big slab in the way in the end because she was trying to build a home in there as well. She dug out a whole hazel plant, which I was really gutted about because we got it for a bargain from the garden centre, and she came and dug it straight out and ate the roots. But this was a triumph. The rhubarb was amazing. That was its second year. We actually put the rhubarb in when we moved in. Our friend bought us a crown when we moved in, so that's why that's done so well. And these are my water butts, which I finally put in. I got all these pots off Facebook Marketplace. Very pleased with those. They haven't got holes in them though. These ones. It's quite good though because I've used them as a big extra bit of water buttage, so I've been quite pleased with them. And they were dead cheap, and they're brand new, so I'm doing very well. And I had fun drilling holes in some of them as well. Got those off Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to put those around that side, I think, and then bring that nicer looking one back to here and put it with the other one so that they look nice. I was going to tidy up, but actually it's cold and I'm not doing enough. So I think I'm going to go in and sit in front of the fire and do some knitting. I've been making some of these, so I'm going to go and do that instead.